Trader, we're going to talk about the New York close. Nice trades today. Congratulations to anyone who traded. Guys, London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, non-financial advice. Best way to introduce, I'm a former programmer, cool, financial industry for years. Guys, we have a trade group, and I just want to let you know this is not financial advice. We are delayed on the market. We're delayed. So don't take this as live streaming, trade opportunities, etc. We will go through the pattern probabilities in line with Tom Bulkowski, who is an acquaintance of mine. Tom, I hope you're doing well, author of Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. We're going to talk about NVIDIA, Tesla, and Bitcoin. We have written machine algorithm scripts to deal with these the best we know how, guys, and it's pretty well. I'm going to tell you, with AI, and we're excited about 2023, the progress that we have made here with our trade group and in our headquarters. We're going to talk about the difficulty right now as you look at this bear flag. Nice action on NVIDIA. We have broken down and below. Congrats to anyone who shorted at what point, and you have a decision to make. Let's talk about this. Looking at the specific line of engagement that we discussed earlier, your max thus far. Let's go ahead and measure this before we close. It is incoming. Shout out to Venus, beautiful trade this morning. Way to trade 2% to the downside. Nicely done. Now, in terms of the overall, what we're going to say is the following on NVIDIA. What we're going to say is it's been a nice ride down. Technically speaking, on the weekly, pay attention, the 20 moving average. You got it. Short, under, long, over. If you own the short, it's a nice move. Guys, it's a nice move, nice pickup. We spent hours on that pickup today. Congratulations, top line of that. What was it? The top line of the specific bear flag. Yes, does that mean it's done? Not at all. Welcome to the jungle. Essentially, I'm going to tell you in terms of the actual challenge in play, if we are to head down, and what is making us think of this? Well, the NASDAQ is a little bit tough right now. You look at the patterning and play on the NASDAQ, which is that tech sector, right? We pay attention to it because we trade Bitcoin heavily. That is our mainstay. You guys know we love crypto. We love it. The fact it's not an equity, security, etc. So about a minute into the close, you see this breakdown. This is not reassuring for the bulls at all on the NASDAQ. Flipping back over to the specifics on NVIDIA, we know that we had a problem when we capitulated beyond this level of support. Let's draw this in real quickly. Let's get into this specific line. We can't pick up on a line. We're down and below. Let me just tell you, in terms of any carry interest into tomorrow, if you're not familiar with carrying in trades to the next session, I will encourage you not to do so until you become proficient in such level of support engaging overall for NVIDIA. Nice short today. Let's look at Tesla real quickly. And we're just about at close, guys. We may be at close. Shout out to all of our traders and a great trade session today for New York. We'll count it. Nice trade action for New York. Beautiful drop today. Didn't we get it quick? Bam, hit on into it. Very nicely done. We're getting an alert right now on Bitcoin. Let me flash over to it. Alert right now on Bitcoin. Let's see if we are plugged into Bitcoin. Where are we at? I know that we were in a bit of an expansion as well earlier on. Let me flip into a different chart on Bitcoin because I did get an alert. I want to see what's going on with Bitcoin. Just probably a little flash pop to the upside. Let's see where we're at on Bitcoin. Indeed. Nice little move to the upside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What do we have ongoing now? A larger level of expansion after this morning's level of expansion played. And you know these, if you guys will see this or view this on a big screen TV, it will help your trade game. Bottom line, big screen TV. Needed, required, requested at least. In terms of the specifics, let's look at this expansion that we currently have on Bitcoin. Venus nailed a trade today. Very nicely done, Venus. Way to trade. And in terms of that expansion, we couldn't ask for much more. We love the volatility on Bitcoin. This is the maximum probability equation between bulls on support, bears on resistance. We love this equation. We trade them all the time. Who picked up again on support? I can imagine. You guys did. Congratulations to all the VIP who are trading number one trade group. Let's talk about Tesla real quickly. The cautionary function this afternoon, really working almost into the afternoon, at least on the New York session, was the following, was that rising wedge. Wasn't a drastic rising wedge, but it still gave us caution, and we noted the fact that we had pushed from this flat top resistance here on Tesla into a rising wedge feature, the likes of which we would expect such to be, what? bearish, right? So break to the downside. Congrats to anyone who caught a bit of a short on that move. Let's just measure to the downside. It's a 1.5% move, 1.4, 1.5% move. Remember, as we look at the multiple time frames, pay attention. As we look at the multiple time frames, while we're streaming, you will get a good look at the specific momentum is what's indicated here on the specific time frames from the 5 minute, actually the 3 minute, 5 minute, the 15 minute, the hourly, okay, the 4 hourly. Then we're going to have that 8 hourly or the daily here. We'll have the monthly, and then we will have the weekly, and then we'll have the monthly, or sometimes I'll park the 30 minute down here. So as we look at the differentiated labels here with the bull or bear, I just want to re-encourage you to pay attention that we are looking at the momentum on these specific moves, okay? Just to reinforce that. And this will be an indicator potentially that we will look at releasing further to you. Do let me know, mic on? Let me make sure that the microphone is on. If it's not on now, I do show it as on. Let me see and make sure that the microphone is on. Let's see, because if not, I show it loud and clear. Let me make sure. Mic on? It should be on. Let's see what we got here. Yes, okay, great. Just making sure I got a message. In the very beginning, I had waited a moment to set it up, and I just, in terms of protocol, we'll redefine that protocol required to get that mic on. You know it. Okay, so in terms of the details, we're going to be looking forward to trading. Let's take a look and differentiate just a touch of NVIDIA versus Tesla. Where is Tesla again? And I just tell you guys, because we're underneath the 20 moving average on the weekly, and we need to schedule in, I'm going to just recommend that we look at our multi-time frame approach, wherein we are under the weekly 20 moving average. Where are we on the monthly? On the monthly, we're showing support, so we are crisscrossed. Literally, we are wedged in between a perfect pickup on the monthly, reinforced as support, then the weekly. Okay, this is on Tesla. We couldn't be more in the mix. You guys get it. We couldn't be more painted into a corner in terms of price action. While, I mean, just recognize this, while the specific NASDAQ leading tech index US is, which we look to for purposes of correlation. We look to equities for purposes of incorporating those patterns to trade. You got it. In terms of our overall dynamics, you guys are doing great. You're trading phenomenally well. Excited to be a part of that in 2023. Now, looking at this framework on the macro, everybody's looking at this pattern, the specific descending triangle on the NASDAQ, but not everybody's looking at this line of support. Not everybody's looking at a 50% completion, okay, as the max probability at this level. We do know that a perfect trade opportunity, let's look at this, may have been compromised. Yes, indeed. What is that perfect trade opportunity I'm talking about on the NASDAQ? We picked up at the preceding level of support perfectly, didn't we? We really did. Let's look at the degree to which we are on a knife's edge. We are on a knife's edge. If you have this on a big screen, look at that flat bottom support. Boom, we are just underneath that level. Look at the push just below. That's something else, guys. That's a heck of a move. That is a nice indication that that line is being a little bit beyond tested, huh? It's being pushed. It's being, guys, it's being, everybody's waking up on that one. We agree? Yeah, where do you want to own your shorts? You want to own your shorts from up above, generally. Own your shorts higher. Own your longs, your long positions lower. You guys got it. If you're dealing with puts and calls, etc., we won't discuss that. That's pure securities. So we'll just stay in the language of crypto in terms of what we trade on, etc. So looking at that, it's pushing. It's pushing. We love the value opportunity here on the NASDAQ. Looking at that cross indication, let's just say looking at the dynamic of Tesla from the weekly to the monthly, we're going to explore that a little bit more in the back. I really feel like we should go over that quite a bit today in the back, and just let's see. In terms of Bitcoin, Bitcoin has been great in terms of volatility today. Not only did we get a nice ramp up this morning, didn't we? What's nice about these? We got a nice ramp up this morning, and then along that level of defined support here that we had scheduled in to look at that specific potential for an ascending triangulation. We do have a flat top on a differentiated time frame. We do have a nice pickup in this zone, bam, and a bullish pattern, the type of patterns that we want, the type of patterns that we need. If we're focused on volatility, we love this increasing volatility and the probabilities in line with the specific, we call these bell pattern formations. We rocked it to the upside today. what was that, relatively early in the market. We've done it yet again, and that's just a nice, it's nice to see, guys. Nice to see the kind of the macro and micro play out on Bitcoin. Up and over the 30. Let's take a look at any targets that we have on Bitcoin. Just to note, I'll go through some targets that we have additionally as well on NVIDIA and Tesla, just because we've programmed it, so we might as well see if the program is working. It is. It's working. So we'll see. We'll make sure it's working. In terms of the hourly, okay, looks like the hourly program is telling us the hourly has a target to the upside, a crossover at least on the Bollinger Band. Let's take a look at the hourly on Bitcoin. Let's make sure it's working. You guys think it's working? I think it's working. There we go, up and over that 20 moving average. Traders are looking at that top line level. What is the hurdle right now to the left? Preceding pivot, always minding that preceding pivot area. You guys know that we really, really look for these expanding volatility operations in line with the level of consistency that we can attribute to the market. Hugely important. Excited about this week. Good trade action. The opening today was just fantastic. We may flip the script a little bit, and next time we get a nice trade opportunity early on, we'll just quit it early on. Get that volatility, get in, get out, and reaccustom ourselves to that. It's great to trade all day. But I'll tell you this, one of the key functions of the open is the volatility and learning to interact with that volatility. So you can literally just bam, bam, in and out, right? Back to your corner. You win the fight. It would be nice. So I want to develop that skill set within you, at least to have you exposed to the mentality that would be required, that I've been exposed to, guys, that in terms of the just the different levels of programming that we have ongoing, I would just say that are highly reflective of some levels of consistency that I would like to expose you to. I'd like to give you some exposure to, etc. On the 15 minute, looking at that cap line has been important on Tesla. Where was that key consideration? Let's look at the 4 hourly. I think that 4 hourly is an important time frame for us to consider. The momentum has been down, right? Momentum on that 4 hourly has been down, something we'll need to flip, but as of right now, we're still down. Down and out, she is. Any bullish frameworks, looking at the 15 minute, just for your own review, 15 minute and the hourly. Hourly, remember, was bullish, but we did come in contact with that 20 moving average on Tesla. Noted. So as we were to look at momentum, let's go ahead and note the monthly. We're showing monthly. Monthly's got to be the best time frame, which we haven't discussed. The monthly is the best time frame, which we have not discussed for Tesla. It's going to be up and over the 20 moving average, which has been capitulated by Bitcoin. True, capitulated by Bitcoin. Where are the orders waiting? Below the 20. If we were to go below the 20, let's say the NASDAQ just rifles down. Boom, we have a level of interest. That specific cap line feature, that blue line there. And we have arrows, we have the colored background. What does that mean? The red is indicative that momentum is falling on this time frame. Okay, bullish means, and I've got the arrows on here just to reinforce the fact that momentum is rising on the specific monthly. So the monthly is kind of a, guys, it's an important feature to lay hold of, to keep in mind. Really does well when things are really ripping to the upside. Really does well when things are really ripping to the upside, okay? But it's an overall consideration that we will take into account as we look at that 20 moving average and compare it with the weekly required, okay? So let's really reinforce that as we look at Tesla. Let's compare it with, very quickly, let's compare it with NVIDIA. Look at the monthly on NVIDIA. That's been a ride, guys. Nice trade action, okay? As we were to look at the incoming cap line. There you go. Incoming cap line on the monthly. Do you have a screen set aside where you're paying attention to these moves? I hope so. Look at that monthly. Nice momentum to the upside. Likes to carry that momentum. NVIDIA gets up, out, and over, doesn't it? Really does well. The monthly momentum looks like a nice back-tested feature here, doesn't it? A little bit of chop, but yeah, that's been a nice, as you just visually back-test it, that's been nice. Pay attention to that cap line below. Definitely. Look at this. Perfect. Anytime you see a perfect entry here on a cap line, boom. That is a beautiful move, guys. Look at that. On a short, you got to be kidding me, huh? You got to be kidding me. Look at this. Potential short 62%. Granted, over quite a long period of time, that is a money maker. Yikes. Nice level of laser guided precision. Hello. Check them out, guys. Pay attention. If you're trading, that is our indicator. Excited to have brought that to you this year as part of the indicator suite. And it requires, I'm going to tell you, it requires definitely requires some attention from you and a deployment of your skill set, recognition of the market, and paying some attention. It's not something to program and forget. We use the terminology program, but at the same time, these are programmed, but however, the market is not completely programmable. Okay, that's the way to say that, and we'll stick by that. So to the extent that they're highly relevant like that, just pay attention. So well above the 20 moving average on NVIDIA, well above. Again, compare Tesla, okay, on the monthly, right on it. You see how much NVIDIA has overperformed? Good gosh, wham. Nicely done. So we pay attention to how can you not be attracted to something like that in terms of assessing your skill set on it, assessing just even your indicators on it. Very nice to be able to assess that. So what we will say for tomorrow, we're going to be ready to trade. You know that. We will be up and at it looking at the specific features here on Bitcoin. What's the number one thing that we know? Where don't we like to be involved? We can go through this again and again. What I'll say is watch your momentum big time. If you're heading down, what's your momentum telling you? Where is your, do you have a way to assess it at all? Okay, find a way. Put it on a screen, please. Find a dedicated screen with momentum, MACD. Dedicated screen with your favorite layout, without a doubt. You may want one dedicated for RSI. You guys see in the background, everything's dedicated, right? And that's all Bitcoin in the background, you know that. So looking at this framework, we will be, guys, trading. Looking for a breakout here because we have that flat top. That's nice. So we're seeing the potential here for that defective ascending triangle framework that we looked at earlier, right? And it was that mid-level retouch along resistance by bulls, right? Up to a threshold take, down to support again. Not my favorite ascending triangle, but this could play as a double bottom feature to the upside. What's going to be required and what's the danger zone here? Were we to carry up, and I don't like to use a flat amplitude carry up, you know this. If we were to look at our Fibonacci extensions, 50% max. The maximum probability means the highest level of probability of success is that mid-level function, just to reinforce it for you, okay? If we were to look at instead, bit of a lower probability, okay, that full amplitude carry up, bam, that would put us in that breakout zone up and over. What is the problem? Okay, twofold problem. One, maximum probability is more likely to be at that 50%. You got that right. Okay, and what's the real problem? Well, we have a flat bottom support below. It's going to attract orders, right? You got it. It's going to be stacked with orders if and to the extent we can get up and over. This specific bulls can push up and over to constitute a breakout for an expected move to that 26,338, that 50% threshold. We're looking at interaction again back along this preceding level of resistance to test and reconfirm as support. So as we are trying to push to the upside here, and let's just measure were this to work out great to the upside. Let's measure this very quickly. Appreciate you guys and the opportunity to stream to you, go through the technicals, make sure we're firing on all cylinders. It's important. I can measure this as 1.3, and I can just tell you we're looking at a 0.5, 0.6 move, getting to that 50% threshold on breakout of the entirety of this pattern. Just take half of that amplitude, measure that as 1.34%. So take 0.6, take 0.5, 0.6. And if you're in a trade, congratulations. If you're trading heavily, congratulations. And if you're not, congratulations. Work on that consistency, then build up your level of involvement. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, not financial advice. And we're excited about 2023. Yes, thank you for streaming. You are welcome, Venus. And I'll bring up one crazy, what the heck is going on with this thing? TRB, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on with this specific coin. I have to bring it up though. Some VIP are trading it. I don't know who's trading this, but what is this thing doing? I don't know, guys. If it's low liquidity, be careful. If you find a highly relevant pattern and you say this is actually something I can just hammer into, if you hammer into it, I hope it goes well. I really hope it goes well, guys. I really hope it goes well. What would you be looking at? We have a bit of a, are you going to call this a bull flag? Probably not, right? We really have to stretch this out sideways to get that into a bull flag. You've got some bell pattern formation, some expansions in this zone. Nicely done, just easy does it. Don't don't try and take over the world on a low liquidity altcoin. But if you can, hey, if you can take over the world on a low liquidity altcoin, let us know, because it's going to be impressive even when you do. Some of those just scream. That thing's up like 25%. That's like that's like a big deal, right? We can't find that level of volatility. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. Hope you guys are having fun trading that. Any other crypto? Let's take a look at how's Solana. How is? Let's just take a look at this. Solana, we like it. We like it. Yes, we do. Volatility expansion, indeed. We need that performance to the top line resistance. Yes, what's everything below should be a value consideration, right? Should be. Let's take, based on probabilities, Doge lacking that expanded volatility function, okay? ETH lacking the expanded volatility function. I'm on the 4 hourly, okay? Let's see, in terms of XRP, just a quick flash look, Shiva looking at a recoup on a flat bottom support. I'm not going to comment on anything unless it looks statistically relevant, something that we would program into it, right? In terms of trading function, tactical function, etc. Flat bottom support, recoup, that's nice. A little bit of an expansion here, but could push into more of a recognition of a channel framework to the downside. We could be looking for a measured move. Please don't get distracted with these guys. It's more commentary. Let's just throw the let's throw it around throw the football around on the field for a minute. Just relax. Don't go. This is actually Matic. So this is another issue. Sheeb actually, and pardon for that. I don't go over Sheeb or Matic. It's a little bit off on my watch list. Apologies for that. Let's look at any reason to look at Sheeb. It definitely has some volatility issues, right? In terms of the feature, I just will state this. It's low. We'd like it to get ideally lower if you're looking at really picking up a long-term position. Like, can you get as low as you went before? And that's not much. Before this big rocket ride to the upside, to the extent that you could recreate some earnings, I can state that they were huge to the upside precedingly. You guys know a lot of people that made a lot of money on this quote-unquote asset. Yeah, can we get as low as we were? To get as low as we precedingly were, what would that take us down? Well, about 23%. Okay, so. And look, we did get there, at least on the preceding lines to the candle wicks. Watch, there are wicks to the left. So orders are waiting down below. Let's look at Matic. Again, Matic under some pressure. And just looking at this downward sloping channel, we know one thing typically that will be, typically at some point that will want to break to the upside. Okay, so just mind that amidst a little bit of a recoup into a head and shoulders. You guys got that straight. Whatever you have traded the most that treats you the best, and you know how to interact with its what we say, idiosyncrasies. As you find something that treats you really well, stick with it. Absolutely. If it's Bitcoin, great. If it's Ethereum, all right. I don't find Ethereum to be highly technical and predictable. I just don't, generally speaking. But to the extent that you have found something that just works and you are comfortable trading it, keep it up. That's the bottom line. Don't let the market distract you too much in terms of other opportunities. We see a huge pattern in play. We'll bring it up. You guys know that. Feels good to get back into crypto a little bit. We used to stream crypto all the time. We're in the back trading crypto all the time. You guys know that. So we've got a dedicated just crypto room. That's our main focus throughout, about 23 hours a day. So that is what it is. We'll talk to you guys soon. Looking at this framework, again, that level to beat on Bitcoin across the top. Who just got hurt? Breakout traders, careful on breakouts. What are people doing? They're scheduling in below, right? So that hourly is in play. Let's take one more look at the hourly, then we will run along. But yeah, looking for that hourly would be ideal to get a candle set up and over. It looks like anyone who entered on even that specific candle push up and over with an upside target is suffering from what? From the following. Draw it out. Just mark it, tag it. The specific topside action up and over an expansion can be a very perilous place to get involved in volatility expansion. If you're getting in long on a breakout, there are bears, plenty of them that are engaging on a short at this level, looking to go where? Boom, back down to this level of support. You can say you're a bull and you love these because they will hammer to the upside, and you'll get some, plenty, that will hammer, boom, to the downside. The volatility expression works both ways. Bulls hand off to the bears, bears hand off to the bulls. Don't get caught on breakout trading. Just don't. If you own it lower, you want to let it ride, let it ride. If you own it higher, and you want to let it ride to the downside, let it ride to the downside. This is London with Bitcoin Spike, VIP Trader. We will be back in the morning. Hope you guys are staying fit, that you're staying happy, and that you're enjoying the market and enjoying your profits from the market. That's the whole goal of all this. We will talk to you soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Just a quick stream. Remember the monthly on Tesla, level of reinforcement on the 20 moving average versus that weekly. Remember what we looked at in terms of NVIDIA, how much higher it is on that monthly. Do you see how well NVIDIA has performed? Hello, nicely done, rocket ship. You were looking at one. We will be around in the morning. Good luck to you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and congrats on all your trading success. We will talk to you soon. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader.